Welcome back. You're still watching MOZO Breakfast Cafe with Naomi and Didi, going up all the way up until slightly later. I hope you did enjoy that piece of poet with our guest later, with our guest, obviously with Didi. Now is exciting times, the rave. You know how happiness means different things to different people, and now happiness does evolve when you're a child, and maybe your parents gives you candy floss, you'll be excited. You're in university or college, you get your first degree, you'll be excited, you'll be happy, to when you get a job, a promotion, a car, to having babies. But before the babies, obviously, to getting engaged, and a lot of people get excited, yeah. But what do you need to do when you are in that period? That is basically what we're talking about with rave, or the things that you need to know before you say I do. Reverend, this is not your, you're not a visitor here, this is home. How are you doing?
I'm
good morning.
Good morning and good morning, viewers.
Awesome. So tell us a bit about Before I Say I Do conference, or before the conference. Why Before I Say I Do?
Well, I've come to realize that in the beginning, when God created man and woman, Adam and Eve, the Bible says he joined them together. Mm-hmm. So marriage is an institution from God. So basically, we've come up with a conference in church entitled Before You Say I Do, just to sensitize the youth on marriage, and just to give them tips before they get married.
You're right.
Sure.
That's very interesting.
Sure.
The tips before you get married.
Yeah.
So what does one need to know basically about themselves, the person that they wanna spend the rest of their lives with, mm-hmm. and about the relationship? Really, mm-hmm. is there such things as somebody that you cannot be with? Like, are there the types of women or men that you can't perhaps date? Are there things like that? Like, that is a no-go area. Like, you can't do that.
Well, that's a very good question. You see, the reason for this conference is to open people's eyes, basically, because I think there's a lot of excitement. If you look at today is different from yesteryear, where people, there would be arranged marriages, but today it's about Facebook and all that. Yeah, so basically in that conference, we'll also be talking about the 5 types of men and women that you're not supposed to date. I don't know if I can go ahead and mention them. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Maybe before we preempt everything, like maybe just who's the type of man that you can't see, or woman?
Well, so basically I pick men from the Bible, because you see, speaking from the pastor's point of view, I'm a pastor, mm-hmm. and I meet a lot of excited women that say, I want to get married to a man like you. I mean, you know me as a pastor,
right.
But do you know my character? There's a character before pastor. I'm actually a man before I'm a man of God.
Right.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah.
Interesting. Mm. And this must be a very interesting conference, and I'm sure a lot of young people would want to come through, mm-hmm. For them to basically know the things that they're supposed to know before they say I do, mm-hmm. Reverend. And I know there's just a lot of mm-hmm. I wouldn't say pressure, but there's a lot that is expected from the women and ladies, and that's okay. Standards are good, yeah. Mm-hmm. But I believe that men should have standards too. Mm-hmm. Men should have non-negotiables too. Mm-hmm. And if we keep preparing the woman, because you know how from like a time we are little, girls are pretty indirectly taught about marriage, or hey, when you do this, when you don't behave a certain way, you will not get married. And it shouldn't always be about that. But if we keep preparing her and we don't address the unprepared him, we'll have a lot of women at the end of the day who are so prepared and waiting on a man that don't exist. What are we doing just so we can prepare the men as women are prepared?
Well, the thing is, that's a very good question, because you see, it's always been one-sided. It's a woman to be prepared and not a man. But I think from the church, I would say we want to prepare both because they're in that institution together.
Right.
Now, what happens is that if you prepare one person and the other person is not prepared, then that just defeats the whole purpose of what marriage is all about. So I think there are two things that I would talk about that would help preparation, in terms of marriage. Firstly, it's identity. The Bible says in Acts 17, verse 28, it says, in him we live, we move, and have our being. So basically, when they both discover who they are, it becomes easy that way. That is in the process of preparation for both. Then secondly, it also takes, emotional preparation. People should prepare emotionally because you see, the difference between a man and a woman is that a man is taken by what he sees, whilst a woman is taken by what she feels. So you deal with both aspects just to help the two.
Interesting.
Sure.
So I don't want to preempt everything that's going to take place.
Okay.
I thought before I do conference,
yeah, sure.
what should people look out for and how do they come to the event?
All right, so what people should look out for is that it's going to be a life-changing program, which is going to help you, because one thing you should understand is that marriage is destiny. And this will determine, because you see, through marriage, some people have lost their destinies, have lost direction through marriage. Some people have actually discovered who they are. So basically what people should look out for is a life-changing program that is going to change their perception and that is going to help prepare both men and women. And we are located in Chilenge as a church, Salvation Embassy Ministries, just right at Chilenge Market. And the program's at 14 hours, which is 2 p.m. Zambian time, up until 5 p.m. So we're also going to have a question and answer session.
Question and answer session sounds good. So who's eligible to come through? Maybe somebody is saying, hey, I already, said the I do. Yeah. Am I disqualified? Is it just for the singles who are in the process of, getting to the I do, or even those that actually have already done that? Who can come through? Who is this for real?
I would say maybe singles, but both can come, even those that are married already, because what it is that it's going to open the eyes of those who are in marriage in terms they make certain mistakes. They will discover who they are. And for singles, because we're going to tell you the 5 types of men that you don't need to meet and the 5 types of women that you need to avoid. So everyone is eligible to come, but more especially the singles.
Interesting. So
Sure.
we look forward to coming and learning those 5 types of men and women not to see. Thank you very for coming through. Obviously, the people can, if those that wanna, get in touch with you, how do they do that? Via your different social media platforms? Is there a number to call?
Okay, so on our social media platform, we're from Salvation Embassy Church, Chilenge, and also Maxwell Favor Mumba is my Facebook page. And also the number is 0979 922 009. I think there'll be a flyer that will be displayed on your screen. You can contact those numbers. Yeah, sure.
Thank you for coming. There we have it. That's Reverend Maxwell Chongwa there, obviously, giving us the 411 on the event that's taking place tomorrow. You don't want to miss that. God made us for connections, and to be a healthy human being, you require healthy relationships in your life. And before you say I do, really, you need to look out for those 5 men that you're not supposed to see, and women, by the way. Stay tuned. This is MOZO Breakfast Cafe. Coming up next is Entertainment News.